With Jerry's waiting to give you a little preview of your forecast, Jerry.
Love the refractions here. We have some blues, pinks, and yellows on the horizon on our Walter Clark 111 camp. Plenty of sunshine again this afternoon with temps that'll be slightly below normal again today. Also, we'll take a look at the winds and the tropics. Lots to talk about. Keep it right here.
All right, Jerry, we'll see you in a bit. Thanks so much. Our top story this morning, a love tradition in the Valley. The Our Lady of Guadalupe pilgrimage will not take to the streets this year. Event organizers say it's because of growing concerns of federal immigration enforcement. NBC Palm Springs' Alondra Campos starts us off.
Takes about 13 hours. So I was actually excited to do it this year since I'm a new resident to the Coachella Valley. I had just found out about it, so I'm really sad that they canceled it.
For decades, the pilgrimage of Our Lady Guadalupe has brought together families, parishes, and community groups across the Coachella Valley. Each year, thousands of Catholics walk for more than 30 miles from Palm Springs to Coachella, praising the religious figure. But this year, the roads will be empty.
We will not be doing the walking through the streets, but we will be doing the walking through spiritually because of everything that's happening to our people.
Organizers say many participants, many of which are immigrant families, have expressed their fears about their safety, a growing concern that led faith leaders to make the difficult decision to not conduct the pilgrimage and instead carry out the tradition in a different way.
We don't want nothing to happen to our brothers and sisters. ICE is all over the place, and we don't want nothing to happen to them. I hurt because of everything that's going on right now.
The announcement comes just months before the celebration on December 12th, one of the most important days for Catholic devotees of Our Lady Guadalupe. For many residents, the pilgrimage isn't just about religion, it's about presence, pride, and belonging. That's the case for Daria Ferro Lopez, a longtime Mecca resident and Our Lady of Solitude church member who expressed her disappointment upon hearing the news. I feel sad because this is an event where we as Hispanics and believers of the Catholic Church gather and walk together and praise Our Lady Guadalupe. The pilgrimage, a deep-rooted procession within the Hispanic community across the Coachella Valley, has been a yearly act of devotion, only seeing a short hiatus during the COVID-19 pandemic. While Daria feels heartbroken that a decades-long tradition will not move forward this year, she also understands the fear and self-isolation that has rippled across the region due to ICE operations.
Puedo decir que le tengo más miedo al ICE, a la migración.
At this point, I am more scared of ICE than I was scared of COVID-19. ICE agents don't respect protocols or rules anymore. No one is safe. Faith leaders say they will still honor Our Lady of Guadalupe, but instead of walking through the streets of the Coachella Valley, they will gather in smaller groups within local churches and carry out services. For NBC Palm Springs, I'm Alondra Campos.
Well, the city of Coachella also announcing their annual event for Mexican Independence Day. Fiestas Patrias at Rancho de los Flores is also being modified this year. The city confirming to NBC Palm Springs that the change comes amid growing concerns of immigration operations from residents in the Coachella Valley. The city will instead partner with Fantasy Springs Resort Casino for a live music celebration this coming Sunday, September 14th. You need to be 18 years or older to attend. The Palm Springs Surf Club is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month with an event this Saturday. It's called Fiesta del Sol. Attendees can enjoy authentic folk dancers, a live mariachi band, tequila samplings, and Mexican-style bites. Tickets are $60, and it includes water park access from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The main event will take place from 12 to 5 p.m. this Saturday. We're going to head back outside and take a live look from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. Noticeably cooler this morning. Might be a nice opportunity to get out for a little hike or a walk in your neighborhood. We're going to check back in with Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at your forecast. Jerry?
Yeah, the key word is mild as far as the temps over the next few days into the weekend. Below normal numbers. 74 right now, Palm Springs. Not all that bad outside. Light winds and 45% relative humidity. 79 at thermal at this hour and 40% relative humidity. So 63 degrees at Yucca Valley doing our temp check. 63 Joshua Tree, 69, 29 Palms, 75 at Thousand Palms. Pair of 80s, Indio and Coachella. And San Gorgonio Pass a little cooler there. 59 at Banning, 64 degrees at Cabazon. As far as radar is concerned, yeah, nothing happening over Southern California. Clear skies right now, but we do have a frontal boundary which will stall out tomorrow. That's the one that kicked up the winds yesterday. So the wind's a little gusty late in the day, but just in the wind-prone areas. Temperatures will be, for the most part, below 100 degrees. Plenty of sunshine for the Coachella Valley. That system stalls out beginning tomorrow, not moving much. 40-degree dew points today with relative humidity in the teens, around 20%, 99. Our forecast high for Palm Springs today. Love those double-digit numbers. Indian Wells, Indio also at 99 degrees, pair of hundreds at La Quinta Rancho Mirage. Comfort Air 3-day, subtract a few more degrees for Thursday. Plenty of sunshine, dry air, and mid-90s again on Friday. What about the weekend? Also, check the tropics. Things are changing again. We'll share those computer models with you in just a bit.
All right, Jerry, thanks. Well, the Palm Springs City Council will address the Queer Work Civil Grand Jury report tonight. It'll be their City Council meeting tonight starting at 5:30. On the agenda is a review of the Riverside Grand Jury report on Palm Springs' handling of grants. This stemming from the indictment of Queer Work CEO Jacob Rostovsky. He allegedly pocketed more than $90,000 in funds that were intended to provide services for the LGBTQ plus community, specifically a universal basic income pilot program. In the grand jury report, Riverside found that the city, quote, lacked adequate policies and procedures for processing and monitoring grants and contracts. The grand jury report included new comprehensive guidelines for grants and contracts for the city to implement. Again, that meeting is tonight at 5:30. The Riverside Board of Supervisors approved a funding plan for a new tax district to pay for infrastructure improvements in Cabazon and the surrounding area. The Cabazon Enhanced Infrastructure Financing District was first authorized in May, and now with yesterday's vote of 4-0, its financing plan is moving forward. Officials say the district covers about 10,000 acres and roughly 4,000 properties. 25% of all property tax growth there over the next 45 years will go towards projects like food control, road access, water supply, and wildfire protection. The district still needs final approval from a state board, which is expected by December. The city of Palm Desert is tackling the importance of emergency preparedness by hosting 2 events this month. A personal preparedness seminar takes place tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's in partnership with the Coachella Valley Disaster Preparedness Network and Southern California Edison. Attendees will receive a kit where they'll learn about planning, communicating with neighbors, and how to sign up for live savings alerts. The second event, which is for children and adults, is on September 24th at the Palm Desert Library. It's an emergency readiness expo, and it will be held from 2 to 4 p.m. It has some story time with first responders, where the city's fire and police departments will give children some safety tips. A workshop on how to create household emergency kits will also be held for adults. The Palm Springs Police Department is expanding with a new facility in the downtown area. At the end of this month, Tuesday, September 30th, officers are inviting you to attend the grand opening of the downtown substation on Museum Drive. It will allow attendees to learn more about what services the new station offers and provide a better access point for downtown residents to report incidents or ask for help. The Palm Springs Public Library has a temporary new home, and while its main facility goes under a major renovation, the project is expected to take roughly 3 years to complete. Our digital reporter Thalia Hayden shows us around the new facility.
Well, this is the only day you're allowed to speak at full volume at the Palm Springs Public Library because it's the grand opening of their temporary location.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the library. The same things that you used to do at the big library, almost all of them you can do here. We have computers, we have Wi-Fi, we still do passports, and we have book clubs, we have programs, but we still have story times here at the library on Thursdays. This is a new program that we have to offer, brand new at this new location. It's called STEAM to Go. So it's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. We have 20 kits that you can check out, and they are loaded with toys, books, and things related to a theme. Goodies.
That is awesome, and it's free?
Totally free. Your money's no good here.
Yeah, take advantage of that. Finally, how important is a library to a community?
You know, libraries are just the foundation of communities where you can come and have adventure and learn and grow and be with other people.
So come check out the new temporary location, Rimrock Plaza on Gene Autry and Highway 111. I'm Thalia Hayden. Back to you.
It's time now for Where in the Valley, where we show you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley and you guess where it is. So let me show you that photo. Wow, look at this gorgeous view. Do you know where this is? You'll have some time to think about it. We'll reveal the special location at the end of our broadcast. I'll give you a small hint before we get there. Coming up next on your morning news, Starkey Sowers drops by to talk about the surprising health benefits of mushrooms. That's coming up next. But a little later on, our Tim O'Brien breaks down all the local football rankings and upcoming matchups. First, we're going to head outside, take a live look here at your Agua Caliente Casino camera in Rancho Mirage. A little hazy out there to start this beautiful morning off. Jerry's going to have your AccuWeather forecast straight ahead.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Wellness Wednesday is sponsored by Clark's Nutrition Natural Foods Market. Live better, we can help.
Mushrooms are having a moment, and it's not just on your plate. From boosting energy to supporting overall health, these fungi are quickly becoming a wellness trend. Starkey Sowers joins us today to show how you can incorporate mushrooms into your diet for maximum benefits. Starkey, this is such a cool topic. I think you brought mushroom powder in before, and
yes.
I really liked it.
It's great stuff.
Yes.
And it's funny because I thought, should I do another mushroom segment because we've talked about it before?
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is every day more people are coming in looking for more fungi,
yes.
for lack of better terms.
And, you know, when I went to your produce section, which is gigantic, and it's all organic except one product, right?
Yeah, everything but one.
I saw all these really cool mushrooms.
Maitakes, as well as the king and the trumpet.
I love them.
I know.
They're so good and good for you, too. So what are some of the benefits of mushrooms for people that may not have explored this?
What's really kind of fun about mushrooms? Paul Stamets, and this is his line, with the exception of a couple products. He's really the guy that's kind of proponed the whole mushroom like wisdom, so to speak, in the United States. And I was on the phone the other day with one of his trainers, and he said, Starkey, we have just barely start to understand, so to speak, what's in mushrooms that make them so effective. Wow. And he goes, it's probably going to be 20 years until we figure it all out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So they used to look for different things like beta glucans or different types of compounds. Now they're saying there's so many other different things in there. It's insane what they do. As you know, a mushroom bed or a mushroom mycelium, which is the root system, will like go into a toxic compounded area and literally clean up the toxins and make them into something that's edible. They call it biotransformation.
Really?
No, they're insanely cool.
So what is chaga?
Yeah, so chaga, one of the cool things about chaga, it seems to have a cellular protection action. So it literally works at the DNA level, and what it does is actually prevents the DNA from being damaged, and it helps with aging.
Really?
And also kind of heightens the immune system for bad cells. Okay, so if you have a cell that's gone bad, it kind of heightens the immune system to get rid of it.
So is this good to take if you currently have a disease or anything like that?
It'd be great for that. The other thing that it obviously could be used for is aging prevention, right? Or aging well. So that's where chaga gets its like big star, so to speak, right?
Got it.
Lion's mane is the brain.
I've heard of lion's mane, but I've never taken it. What does it actually do?
So it's got a particular compound in it. It actually has nerve growth factors. It kind of stimulates new nerve regeneration.
So for folks with neuropathy, is this going to be effective?
It's definitely a plus.
A plus, okay.
We're going to talk about neuropathy later on in the month, but one thing that we know is this: it's definitely good for mental focus, mental function, and for strengthening the nerves in the brain area. So that would be, in my opinion, something that's exceptional when it comes to like, I want more focus, more energy. Turkey tail, this is like a fun one.
I take turkey tail. I read so much about it.
Gut health.
Well, I didn't know that.
Gut brain access.
I heard it was just great for your overall body to prevent disease and all sorts of things.
No, it's like an amazing product, works really good, strengthens the immune system, balances the immune system. Then at the same time, turkey tail is also like great for digestive function. Well, anytime that's good, the body's good,
Yeah,
right?
that's your second brain right there.
This is mushroom coffee.
Ooh, okay.
So cacao powder,
good.
some coconut sugar.
So it has
good
chocolate
taste
in it too?
Yeah, good taste all the way through it. Chicory root, dandelion root, plus a bunch of tonic herbs and mushrooms together. Right?
You know what? I could see this in the fall, nice and warm and cozy by a fire. But it's actually good for you.
Yeah, it is. It's
Instead
amazing
of,
for you.
Hot chocolate.
And there's a couple different choices that you can get as well, too.
Oh, that's quite good. It tastes, has a little bit of a bitter taste, but I can taste a little bit of the chocolate.
Almost like a little coffee chocolate flavor.
Little coffee chocolate flavor.
Something actually,
that's really great.
Those of us that don't like caffeine and coffee would love to have.
This is so informative. So much we can do with mushrooms, and they're so good for the body. Thank you.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for being here. And always good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll be right back.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Good Wednesday morning. Yeah, clear skies, Agua Caliente Casino Camp, plenty of sunshine, not only today, but the next several afternoons in front of us. Yesterday, normal numbers in the valley. Hit 104 in Palm Springs. 104 is our normal record. Yeah, not even close, 117. Anyway, today we'll subtract a few more degrees for the high temps in the valley. 63 right now, Yucca Valley. A lot of 70s in the Coachella Valley. 57 degrees at Banning right now. Winds light and variable. They'll pick up out of the west. Not as strong as yesterday, but still a little gusty in the wind-prone areas. Now, we have some clouds in northern California, all part of a low, which is spinning up there and moving its way to the east. Nothing as far as rain over Southern California, and that's the way it's going to stay for the next few days around the valley. But you can see some precipitation showing up as echoes over parts of the west coast states all north of us, all part of a low, which is moving its way very slowly to the east, dragging a cold front. So that'll bring temps down a little bit over the next couple of days, at least below 100 degrees for the most part the next couple of afternoons. Today, 97 to 101, a lot of sunshine for the valley. And yesterday we had gusty winds. That'll be the case later today. Not as strong, but still wind-prone areas getting some of those winds. Now, as far as rain, you can see it all stays to the north according to the ensemble forecast. Closest will be in the Sierra Nevadas a little later on today. Back to the winds. Yesterday, we had wind advisories around the Coachella Valley. They've been dropped, but yeah, still a little gusty around the San Gorgonio Pass and 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds, gusting to 30 around Desert Hot Springs. Low 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds in the wind-prone areas along and north of I-10. That backs off a little bit Thursday, more so come Friday. So yeah, no wind advisories for our area today. We had those yesterday. They've been lifted. Okay, as far as surface moisture, that holds steady over the next few days. Relatively dry. Dew points will hang around the 40s with relative humidity in the teens to maybe around 20% over the next few afternoons. As far as high temps, 102 in Palm Springs today, 99 at Indio, 86 degrees at Cabazon, and 95 degrees at 29 Palms. Overnight low slightly below normal numbers there. Should be around the middle 70s in the valley instead, upper 60s, lower 70s tonight. Totally clear skies this evening. System, like I said, stalls out. It'll keep temps slightly below normal, 95 to 99, plenty of sunshine, breezy conditions, 97 degrees on Thursday for Palm Springs, 98 Palm Desert, and then middle to maybe upper 90s as you move into Friday afternoon. Again, lots of sunshine. Kiko's still out there. It's in the North Pacific and moving its way generally to the west right now. It was a former Category 4 major hurricane. Right now, it's expected to drop to tropical depression status later today and then slowly weaken as it makes its way to the west-northwest. But 40-mile-an-hour winds right now, and it's north of Hawaii, kicking up the surf there. Now, we look at the long-range forecast over the past couple of days, and they change every day. I mean, drastically. So here's the latest update, just for, see what's going on, starting the clock today. We could see a little tropical wave turning into a tropical storm as it makes its way to the west-northwest, but doesn't look anything will develop major there. But then again, moving our way in about a week, we could see a couple systems develop. One, a tropical storm that could be in the Northeast Pacific, and then another tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to watch both of them. We could see landfall as this system makes its way toward Louisiana, and this system here just makes its way to the west. So we'll keep an eye on that. Again, we're over a week away. Things will change definitely. Comfort Air 7-day forecast, 99 for Palm Springs today. Lots of sunshine. 96 Thursday, 94 on Friday afternoon. Hanging in the 90s into the weekend. Could be back to around 100 degrees Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Middle of the week, hashtag holiday calendar and pop quiz coming up, all brought to you by One Coachella Valley. And what's happening today? Some of the holidays you may not be aware are happening. Yeah, your lesser known daily events, Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. It's National TV Dinner Day. Practically everyone who was born in the 50s has eaten a frozen TV dinner. You know, those aluminum trays with turkey stuffing, cornbread, maybe some sweet potatoes in there. You put them in the oven, warm them up, and then you sit in front of the TV and eat your meal. I think they still make them, don't they?
I was just thinking that. I don't even know. I haven't had one in, gosh, since I was a kid.
I'm sure they have microwavable versions now.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, check it out if you want. Also, National So Be It Day. Well, it's all about sewing. Sewing machine. Yeah, you remember that device? My mom had one. She used it quite often. There it is. It turns 179 years old today. It was a Massachusetts native who filed a patent for the sewing machine in 1846. Happy birthday, sewing machine. Also, today is Blame It on the Large Hadron Collider Day. What?
What?
Yeah, the Large Hadron Collider is the world's biggest and most powerful particular accelerator and is located in Geneva, Switzerland. That's where they smash protons together just under the speed of light. And so you can blame it on, you know, your missing sock or maybe being late for work.
There you go.
Yeah, blame it on the Hadron Collider.
Did you really think of questions related to that?
No.
Oh,
it's International Makeup Day.
thank goodness. I was like, whoo.
International Makeup Day. It was too long, so I had to put it on the bottom. So yeah,
goodness.
International Makeup Day is today. Not about relationships. It's all about using products and techniques to look beautiful.
Oh.
I put some makeup on every morning.
Do you now?
Do you notice?
I didn't even know that. You do look really good.
Yeah,
I have to find out your secret.
Yeah, just base and some powder. That's it. Slapping it on.
Slap it
Put
on.
my face in a bowl. Hey,
that's how guys do it.
Okay, here we go. 2 makeup questions in today's pop quiz. According to Chess Records owner Leonard Chess, one of rock and roll's early hits has a connection to cosmetics. While Chess was contemplating a title for a new song he was recording, he spotted a discarded Maybelline mascara box and decided on a slightly altered spelling of Maybelline, which became the first hit song for this artist. Who is it? A, Chuck Berry, B, Elvis Presley, or C, Little Richard?
Ooh,
Maybelline.
Boy. Go, boy, that's a tough one. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know the song, but
Maybelline?
now I'm trying to think. Let's see.
Control? Room? Guys? B, C, C.
Yeah, it might be
2
Little
B's
Richard.
and 2 C's. Come on, Chuck Berry.
Oh.
Maybelline, won't you be true?
Yes, darn it.
Okay.
Oh, darn.
All right, second makeup question. Here we go. This cosmetics company began in 1915 after a 19-year-old Thomas Lyle Williams noticed his sister using Vaseline with coal dust to apply on her eyelashes.
Oh.
Many years later, this company's slogan became one of the most recognizable in advertising history. Finish this line. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's A, Estee Lauder, B, L'Oreal, or C, Maybelline. There's Maybelline again. Okay. C, C, a C. Got 3 C's.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
You know that one?
I remember that.
Yeah, that's Maybelline. Yeah.
Great.
2 Maybelline-related questions today. Yeah.
I love it.
Well, check this face out.
It's perfect. It's
Back in
perfect in every way.
Yeah, right.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news. Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Welcome back on this Wednesday, September 10th. I'm Mary Strong. Jerry's going to have your full forecast coming up for you in just a few minutes, but first a look at some of your top stories. The Supreme Court will decide if most of Trump's tariffs are legal. SCOTUS said on Tuesday that they will quickly make the decision on Trump's tariffs on imports from foreign nations. At issue is Trump's power to unilaterally impose tariffs without congressional approval under a new reserved for use in times of emergency. Under the streamlined process, the court will hear oral arguments the first week of November and issue a ruling sometime after that. The tariffs for now remain in effect while the court decides the case. A judge has temporarily blocked President Trump's firing of Lisa Cook at the Federal Reserve. Federal District Judge Gia Combe granted Cook a preliminary injunction finding that the president's effort to remove Cook likely violated the Federal Reserve Act. Under the law, federal governors can only be removed for cause. Judge Cobb found that in order to warrant firing, the cause would likely be limited to bad conduct while in office. Trump had sought to fire Cook on the basis of unproven allegations that she had made false statements on a mortgage application in 2021 before joining the Fed's board. Judge Cobb also ruled that Trump had likely violated Cook's right to due process and that firing Cook would result in irreparable harm to the federal governor. The former head of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention will testify on Capitol Hill. The Senate's Health Committee announced on Tuesday it will hear from Dr. Susan Monarez. The Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. fired her last month after Kennedy claimed she told him she was an untrustworthy person. Monarez has criticized Kennedy for positions he has taken on vaccines. She claims she was removed from her job because she would not sign off on new vaccine policies recommended by a panel handpicked by Kennedy. Former senior CDC official Deborah Oury also will testify. She resigned in protest after Monarez was fired. Oury also has criticized Kennedy's positions on vaccines. The hearing is set to take place on September 17th. As early as today, President Trump says he could announce enhanced federal involvement in yet another city. This time it might be in a red state. The news comes at a turning point for his District of Columbia takeover. Amy Kiley reports on what's happening in today's nation's capital.
Up, up with liberation, down, down with occupation.
The emergency declaration behind the federal takeover of Washington, D.C. expires today, according to the mayor's office. President Donald Trump can't control its police force more than 30 days without Congress. Analysts expect he will continue his D.C. National Guard deployment and federal law enforcement surge.
This was one of the most unsafe cities in the country. Now it's as safe as there is in the country.
Some D.C. residents say they don't want Trump to be so involved in their city.
Today, students across D.C.'s college campuses have walked out to demand non-cooperation from their administrations in the face of Trump's military occupation.
Police say homicides, car thefts, robberies, and violent crime are down in D.C. since the takeover. So is restaurant traffic. Open Table says seated diners for online reservations dropped 2% between July and August and 5% compared to June. The nonprofit Destination D.C. also reports a decline in tourism.
Took the metro here, didn't see any National Guard, didn't see any issues.
Now, Republican lawmakers are introducing bills to expand federal control of D.C.'s justice system. And Trump says other cities are in his sights.
The president would love to do this in every Democrat-run city across the country.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, the co-founders of Ben & Jerry's want the iconic ice cream brand to operate independently again. Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield sold the ice cream company to Unilever in 2000. In an open letter Tuesday, they asked that Ben & Jerry's be spun off to operate on its own after a series of disputes over the years. They say the brand's voice has been silenced when it's tried to weigh in on social issues. Last year, Unilever announced the spin-off of Magnum Ice Cream Company, which includes the Ben & Jerry's brand. In response to the letter, Unilever said Ben & Jerry's is not for sale. After a disastrous logo redesign, Cracker Barrel is suspending its restaurant renovations. In a social media post on Tuesday, the Southern-themed restaurant chain said the rocking chairs on the porch, fireplaces, and gift shops will not be removed from any more restaurants. The minimalist renovation was only tested at 4 of its 660 locations. Cracker Barrel's canceled remodel comes after the company's new logo, which removed the old-timer figure and barrel, was met with backlash. Cracker Barrel has been in the midst of a $700 million transformation that includes new foods and a menu redesign. No word if those changes are being discontinued. A new report today offering a worrisome glimpse into the state of the U.S. economy. Far fewer jobs, nearly 1 million less, are available here in the U.S. than previously believed. Christine Romans has details.
31-year-old Fatima Gill is all too aware that the jobs market isn't as strong as many Americans had thought.
There are nights where I just cry myself to sleep.
Gill lives in Cleveland and was laid off from her operations job at a marketing and advertising firm back in March.
I really don't know what to do anymore.
She says she's had dozens of job interviews with no luck.
Did you ever think 6 months later you'd still be looking for a job?
All of me, my friends, my family were all surprised that it's been this long at this point. I had a better luck during the pandemic finding a new job than I do now.
Her struggle reflecting signs of slowing in the job market.
This may be the biggest revision ever.
New Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers today showing 911,000 fewer jobs were created from April 2024 to March 2025 than previous reports showed. A routine update based on new data showing the growing challenge of getting an accurate picture of the jobs market. J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon.
I think the economy's weakening. Whether that is on the way to recession or just weakening, I don't know.
The White House press secretary today using the numbers to justify firing the BLS commissioner just last month and to place blame on the previous administration.
This makes it very clear that President Trump inherited a much worse economy by the Biden administration than ever reported.
Fatima Gill more concerned about her unemployment benefits ending in October. Now worried she'll have to move back in with her mom.
It is scary. Because it's not in your own control. It's in the control of the economy. What kind of helps me is I'm not alone in the sense of I know other people are experiencing very similar things to what I'm feeling.
It's time now for your health today, brought to you by Inland Empire Health Plan. The death rate in the U.S. last year dropped back to pre-pandemic levels. According to a new Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report, there were nearly 3.1 million deaths overall in 2024. Heart disease and cancer accounted for more than 40% of them. Drug overdoses and other unintentional injuries were the third leading cause of death. There were still tens of thousands of COVID-19 deaths, but the CDC says it fell out of the top 10 leading causes of death for the first time since the pandemic started. A new study shows marijuana may cause chromosomal defects in human egg cells. Researchers worry this potential damage to unfertilized eggs in female ovaries may lead to infertility, miscarriage, and possible genetic defects in babies. The study was published Tuesday in the journal Nature Communications. It linked higher levels of THC, the chemical that produces a high, with changes in how eggs mature and a possible increase in chromosome malformations. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death in the United States, affecting millions of people. Current treatment for suicidal depression can come with risks, but scientists are studying a different way to help patients. Mandy Gaither has more on current research into how the drug ketamine may help.
In the U.S., it's a major public health concern. The CDC says there was one death by suicide every 11 minutes in 2023, and the agency reports nearly 13 million adults seriously thought about suicide, with 1.5 million attempts in that year.
Many suicides are preventable.
Dr. Brian Barnett is co-principal investigator of the Cleveland Clinic site of a study looking into treatment options for those who have severe suicidal depression. Currently, treatment options include psychotherapy, prescription medications, and in severe cases when other options aren't working, electroconvulsive therapy or ECT may be used,
which is the gold standard treatment for depression and suicidal ideation.
Barnett and other researchers are also looking into ketamine as another potential treatment option. It's currently FDA approved only for use as an anesthetic.
And then about 25 years ago, we learned that it could actually be used to treat treatment-resistant depression as well as suicidal thoughts. And the study that we're doing is looking at those two treatments head-to-head to see whether ketamine delivered intravenously is as effective as ECT.
Barnett says research results won't be known for years, but the study is currently ongoing at several sites across the U.S. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Earlier, we showed you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley, and I told you I'd show you that photo again and give you one more hint before we reveal that location at the end of our broadcast. So here's the photo, and here's the hint. You can find this patio in La Quinta. Think about that. We'll tell you more about this location coming up later in our broadcast. Straight ahead, Mark Barger gives us a sneak peek of tonight's Downton Abbey special. That's next. But first, we're going to head to Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast. Jerry?
What's hot off the press today? Well, checking the headlines. Lots of sunshine again this afternoon. Temperature slightly below normal, at least for the next couple of days. And we'll check the tropics, see what's happening in the Northeast Pacific. Forecast next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Monday, we had a high of 107. That was the hottest day so far this week, I guess, because the numbers are going to back off. And yesterday, under clear skies, by the way, in our Agua Caliente casino camp, we had normal numbers, 104 degrees, the high. That's exactly where we should be in early September. For Palm Springs. So we're going to be below that. The numbers are backing off over the next few days. Right now, starting out with lots of 70s under clear skies in the valley, 63 Yucca Valley, 57 degrees at Banning right now. Winds a little breezy. We had gusty winds last night into the Coachella Valley, wind-prone areas. That'll be the case again today. Not as strong, but still a little bit of an issue. They'll be out of the west. As far as clouds, it's all to the north. You can see a low spinning to the north of us. It's going to bring some rain, but it stays well to the north of us. Nothing in radar here over Southern California. You have to look very well to the north of us. The Pacific Northwest getting some precipitation right now associated with a low pressure center, which is slowly moving its way to the east right now, dragging a cold front through the area. That'll play a role in bringing down temps a little bit below normal over the next few days. Today, most of us at or slightly below 100 degrees today. Plenty of sunshine and gusty winds out of the west will be an issue late today. But as you can see today, as far as rain coverage, it stays to the north. Closest we'll get some precipitation in California will be the Sierra Nevada mountains. Now, as far as winds, they will be a little gusty, not as strong as yesterday. San Gorgonio Pass getting 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds there. Upper 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds late in the day today into the evening hours around Desert Hot Springs, and low 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds in the wind-prone areas along and north of I-10. That backs off a little bit Thursday, more so on Friday. And as far as the wind advisory we had in areas of Southern California around the valley yesterday, that's all been lifted. Surface moisture remains kind of steady over the next few days. 40-degree dew points in middle of the day, relative humidity from the teens to around 20% into this coming weekend. Talking temps, upper 90s, low 100s today under sunshine for the Coachella Valley, 95, 29 Palms, and 80s at Banning, Beaumont, and Cabazon. Overnight lows slightly below normal numbers there. Upper 60s, lower 70s under clear skies tonight. That system stalls out as it makes its way to the east very slowly, and temps will be below normal. Lots of mid to upper 90s in the forecast for tomorrow. 97 degrees Thursday for Palm Springs, 98 Palm Desert, and even middle 90s are a possibility under sunshine on Friday afternoon. Kiko once was a Category 4 major hurricane, now just a tropical storm, and should dissipate very slowly as it makes its way to the west-northwest. Right now, it's located just north of the Hawaiian Islands, and tropical storm advisories have been posted there because of the high waves. Okay, what's happening in the Pacific and even the Gulf of Mexico? Not much as we move into the next few days. This weekend, we could see a tropical system develop as it makes its way to the west-northwest and the northeast Pacific. Looks like it'll fade away. But looking ahead to the future, about 10 days out, we could see two storms develop, northeast Pacific and in the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico system, according to this forecast, could make landfall at around New Orleans. And the other one you can see in the northeast Pacific does gain strength and makes its way to the west. And of course, just like the other 2 days, this will change definitely over the next couple of days, so stay tuned. Comfort Air 7-day forecast, 99 degrees today, plenty of sunshine, dry air for us over the next few days. Numbers do back off slightly below normal numbers for the next few days. We could see some triples move back into the area Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week, but just around 100 degrees. The end.
Coming up here on Today, the growing push to remove those artificial dyes from snacks and drinks. This morning, our fascinating look behind the scenes at how PepsiCo is doing it while still keeping the flavors and colors that you're used to. We'll have that and more ahead on Today.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
All right, welcome back. 3 weeks officially in the books in the high school football scene here in the Valley. So let's go ahead and take a look at the latest CVFNL rankings as we inch closer to league play. I don't normally do that. I think I did it after week 1, but this is finally flipping. Palm Springs a strong 3-0. I've got to put them up the top. I had them at third 2 weeks ago, but their offense is the real deal. I can't sit back and not put them number 1. Followed by Rancho Mirage, who still I think is the team to beat in the DEL. Followed by Palm Desert with an unbelievable defense. La Quinta 2-0 out of the gate. And the Coachella Valley Arabs 1-2, but they've played a really tough schedule. That's your top 5, 6 through 10. I've got Banning, Yucca Valley, Shadow Hills, and Xavier Prep. 2 teams I had at the bottom of the DEL, but have played well in their non-league schedule. So buckle up for October when league play begins. And then Desert Christian with a 3-0 with some serious talent out there in Bermuda Dunes. Let's go ahead and take a look now at the schedule for this week's Friday Night Lights. Like always, seems to start a day early this season. Palm Springs, I mentioned 3-0, will take on a tough Colton team, 2-1 with a D1 recruit at quarterback. So we'll see how the Indians defense plays against. And then Rancho Mirage at Ramona. Then Friday, a full slate, of course, Palm Desert at Yucaipa, La Quinta at Hesperia. So not a whole lot of local action. Desert Hot Springs, though, in India to take on Shadow Hills. And then the Mighty Arabs traveling to Palo Verde Valley. Western Christian at Indio. And then another non-league but in-Valley game, Cathedral City at Xavier Prep. And then finally, Yucca Valley at Chaffee, Rubidoux at 29 Palms, and then Desert Christian at San Jacinto Valley. As each week you can watch, of course, everything Friday Night Lights related on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. You simply go to the sports page and then just click on the Friday Night Lights tab. It's that simple. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
It's a franchise that's crossed from TV into film, and this week the Downton Abbey saga heads to theaters with the grand finale. Tonight, NBC celebrates that new film and the Downton Abbey phenomenon with a 1-hour special. Mark Barger has a preview for us.
So this is how the world ends. Production on Downton Abbey, the grand finale, did not leave a lot of time for the cast to reminisce.
Downton keeps me busy.
We couldn't afford to get overly sentimental when we were filming it because there was an influx of new characters into the show.
The time for reflection came after they left the set.
Wait.
The cast reassembled for tonight's 1-hour special on NBC to share their experiences on the long-running drama.
Welcome to Downton.
I've never run a marathon, but I presume how people feel when they've got to the end of a marathon.
Yeah.
Sort of, what an achievement. What a wonderful thing we did
beautiful.
all together.
Including one legendary actress.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Who passed away nearly a year ago.
Do you think I might have a drink? Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a waiter.
It made it very special in the fact we were doing it without the Violet, the Dowager Countess, Maggie Smith, made it even more poignant, I think.
Photographs spurred memories and stories, as did remnants from the set, along with a revelation or two.
What's come out about myself and Michelle is that we're related.
In real life?
In real life. Third cousins.
All part of a double-barreled farewell this week.
I could cry thinking about it.
For a journey that started in 2010.
There were tears.
Yes, there were tears.
Yeah.
I was much more emotional than I expected to be.
Fans of Downton Abbey may feel the same.
This really is the end.
Mark Barger, NBC Entertainment.
And now let's take a live look outside of your Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. We're going to be right back with a recap of your forecast and reveal our Where in the Valley special location. Stay right here.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs.
It's time now to reveal our special location for our broadcast today. Did you guess where this is? Well, this is Ernie's Bar and Grill at the PGA West Tournament Clubhouse in La Quinta. It's a gastropub style restaurant with a gorgeous patio looking over the PGA West golf course. The food looks delicious too. Well, Tuesday, Apple unveiled its new generation of phones and wearable tech. The new iPhone Air is the thinnest model ever made and brings more computing power for AI capabilities. It's made from 80% recycled titanium and will come in 4 colors. The new iPhone 17 features an enhanced camera and all-day battery life. Apple also announced new upgrades to its AirPods and watches. The new products will be in stores September 19th. Jerry, these phones look awesome. We're going to head over to the Weather Center for a final recap of your forecast.
I think my iPhone 3 should be replaced
A little
by
bit.
now. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, okay, I'll think about it. We have a frontal boundary which will stall out over the next few days. We had 107 degrees. That was on Monday, 104 normal yesterday, and we subtract a few more degrees because of this front later today. So lots of us in the upper 90s, slightly below normal temps. That'll be the case again on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday. But we will make our way back to the triples, at least around 100 degrees, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. So enjoy the mild weather.
We love spending the morning with you. We'll have more news for you coming up at 11 on your midday news. And Jerry and I will see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning at 6. Go out and make it a great